Thank you for stopping by. Here we are going live again. And yeah, before we begin, I'll take a minute and say thank you to Gillette for putting this presentation together and organizing this live. So yeah, let's dive in. Okay, there's our first slide. Gillette, I can take control now, I think. Yes. So first slide, Dominion Lending Centers. By the way, I'm mortgage agent with Dominion Lending Centers, mortgage house franchise, and FISRA number 10557. Moving on to the next one. Listening best practices. Now, this is what I developed over the last couple of years when webinars became popular due to COVID. A quiet space is ideal for better listening during live. Headphones are a great idea for easier understanding. Mobile phone, if you can put it on silent. To be honest, when I come into this room of recording, sorry, I should say this room of where I go live, I even leave my phone downstairs. Just that way, there's no distractions and I'm fully focused on everything that's going on here. Best to avoid multitasking or for optimum results. And I usually have help while I do this, but I make sure not to have any tabs open, no email, no text message, no nothing. Even when I'm listening, I try and do that as much as possible, just so I'm not distracted and I get 100% out of that webinar. Because even though it's recorded and you get the link in the email, you can watch it again, it's not the same. It's just not. So, so today's topic, Bank of Canada's interest rate hike. Now, it will take about 15-20 minutes for this presentation. I've tried to condense as best as possible, thanks to Gillette. Please ask questions in the comment section, and I'll answer them at the end of the presentation. I'll answer each one of them. At the end of the live, you'll learn as to why Bank of Canada raised the interest rate. Before we begin, this is a slide that helps you connect with us: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, website, and the biggest piece is you can call or text. Next one is download the mortgage application. It's one of the best app you will download for mortgages. It lets you play around everything. It actually lets you go all across Canada in different ways and do the searches. So it's pretty neat. I myself have used it as a client version because I do have the admin version, and then there's client version. Bank of Canada's interest rate hikes. By the way, there were 7 of them. So why did Bank of Canada raise interest rate 7 times this year? It's a big why. The demand. The first thing is the demand running ahead of supply. So when you talk about economics, and I wish I had a stick or something to show, it's like this. Okay, it's demand, supply. When the demand starts to go more than the supply can, the intersection is the price point. The price point will automatically move up. When the supply reduces, it will also move the price point up. When there is low demand and high supply is when the price point drops. So that's basic economics. Not so basic for some of us, but it's economics. This is where increased interest rate come in. By raising interest rates, Bank of Canada is making it more expensive for households and businesses to borrow money. If they can't borrow money, they start to cut things off. And that's when the demand drops and the supply will, drop, but not to a same extent, but demand drastically drops. Now, those rate hikes have had a huge impact on the rates that the Canadian consumer and businesses get from their banks on things like savings accounts and mortgages. In previous rate hike, like this year, Bank of Canada made it clear that it would raise its trend-setting rate until the inflation came back within the range up to 3%. So about 3%, I think you can expect them to stop raising rates. But until then, if the inflation is not 3% or close, the rates will continue to go higher. And it's right off CBC. I've got the slide source and such right there. But if Bank of Canada raises too much, they could drive the economy to recession. And if they did not raise it enough, inflation will remain elevated. Now, inflation is the harder one. When you look at the inflation versus recession, inflation is harder to deal with than recession. In Bank of Canada's experience, because they've gone through enough recessions, and there's certain stuff that you can do to boost, but controlling is really hard. Bank of Canada's job is to ensure price stability and inflation doesn't erode. So it's a doesn't. We made a mistake. Bank of Canada's job is to ensure price stability and inflation doesn't erode the value of money. Dr. Sherry Cooper from Dominion Lending Center, who is our chief economist, stated, I do believe that, and these are exact words, I do believe the Bank of Canada will successfully reduce inflation pressure, but it could take higher interest rates than any of us expects. Meaning, I don't think it's the end of raising the rates yet. There's more to go. Conclusion. We want an economy where the Bank of Canada, where the money Canadians earn keeps its value. That's Bank of Canada's statement. And interest rate hike is difficult, especially for individuals who have low and fixed incomes. But still, interest rate hikes are necessary for the inflation to come down. It's a fact. You can't change that. You do have to sacrifice something because when you make adjustments into the economy, there are some that will suffer and there are some that will benefit. With that, I'll say thank you. I truly appreciate you all being here. I like to keep it short. And just so we have bite sizes to kind of go through, and I'm glad we're doing this under 10 minutes. I wanted it to be 15-25, but here you go, 10 minutes. If you have any questions, I'll be free and I'm available. If you have any questions, again, write in the comments or just call. I'm available. My phone's available, 416-825-0142. You can call. You can also text. And don't forget to download this app. You see this one? It's on Google. and it is on Apple, both of them. With that being said, I will end this live and thank you again. Until